All right, fifth grade, we're now into our last math lesson of week 14. Still keeping that idea of subtracting mixed numbers, just like we have the past 3 days. Still with unlike denominators, but now today we're going to add that extra challenge, that element of regrouping, okay? And then of course, we always have to end it by simplifying now. So let's jump into our first problem. I have 73 and a third. Take away 48 and 5/6. All right. Now, right away, I hope you notice 5/6 is bigger than a third. 5/6 is bigger than a third. If you don't notice that, let's prove it by converting them to have a common denominator. What would be a common denominator between a 3 and a 6? Very good. There, you can change a 3 into a 6 by simply timesing it by 2. When I rewrite the problem, I'm going to keep that 73 the same. Going to keep that 48 the same. Since I just decided that I'm going to have a common denominator of 6, I'm going to keep 5/6 up here. And now I'm going to convert 1/3. 3 times what equals 6? 3 times 2. Convert that top one. 1 times 2. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, now you can clearly see it, right? 2/6 is smaller than 5/6. Well, what do I have to do? I have to regroup. In younger grades, you probably call that borrowing, right? I borrow from the 3. 3 now becomes a 2, so this now is 72. But I don't put a 1 up here and call it 12. Instead, I need to add what my denominator is to my numerator. 6. You're used to, when you're borrowing, adding 10. So 2 becomes 12, but now that you're adding 6, 6 plus 2 is going to get you 8. Okay, so now that I have went ahead and borrowed, and we called it regrouping now, I can go ahead and subtract. 6 is going to stay as my denominator. 8 subtract 5 gets me 3. And now I have 72 up here, but uh-oh, 2 is smaller than an 8. Borrow again. 7 becomes a 6, and now I'm going to borrow just like what you're used to doing from younger grades. 2 becomes a 12. 12 take away 8 gets you 4. 6 take away 2 gets you 2. So you have 24 and 3/6. Okay? Using mental math, I know that 3/6 equals 1/2. If you need a review, go back to the video on how to simplify fractions. But I know using mental math that 3/6 equals 1/2. So I can just simplify it in my head. 24 and 1/2 is my answer. Okay, guys. So add that extra element of regrouping. Remember, when you're regrouping up here, you do it off of base 10. When you're regrouping on the fraction, you have to base it off of whatever your denominator is. Put that into practice today on toucan fraction number 11.